All right, it's 106.7 KROQ, KROQ. I'm Stryker. We are backstage. It's night number 2 of the Almost Acoustic Christmas, and I welcome right next to me, this is Lorde, everybody.
Hi, how are you?
I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm good. I'm a tiny bit cold, but it's all good.
Do you want my jacket?
No, I'm fine.
Okay.
I'm fine.
Because you can borrow it.
I'm good, honestly.
All right. Okay.
I feel like I'll just never give it back and it'll be awkward.
Well, I would know where you are at all times. Following your Twitter, I could just show up and get my coat back.
Okay.
All
I'll
right.
see you at In-N-Out Burger tonight.
All right. I'm already scaring you a little, I think.
Tiny bit.
Let's talk about what happened just a couple days ago. The Grammy nominations came out, and this is huge. 4 nominations, right?
4, yeah.
4 for huge ones. Record of the Year, Song of the Year. And by the way, Record of the Year is a song. Song of the Year, of course, is a song. The song goes to the writer of the song. And, of course, the Record of the Year, that goes to the producer and the engineer and all that. Mm-hmm. Also nominated for Best Pop Solo Performance, Best Pop Vocal Album. This is huge. What was your first reaction hearing this news?
I don't know. I was in the auditorium at the Nokia Theatre when they were reading them out, so I was kind of like, just like hunching over, like, what is my life? Yeah, it's a mental thing. I feel like a lot of people play it cool when that happens, and I was like, this is insane. So, yeah, it was cool.
You have done something that I think is almost impossible to do.
Oh?
Number 1, you've got 2 huge hit songs on alternative rock radio. You're a very young person doing it, but the kicker is you bring credibility to it.
Oh, that's kind. I appreciate that.
And that is hard to do, especially as a young artist, because there's a lot of people that whisper in people's ears, you got to do this, you got to just like this, you got to write this, you got to work with this producer. So I'm just curious, why do you think you've been on the path you have to kind of do things with your own vision? Where does that come from?
I think I just am like really emotionally invested in what I'm doing. Like I would feel weird if it wasn't a representation of who I am. I think, yeah, just because I care about it, that's why I'm a control freak.
And where do you think that comes from, being a control freak? And is that as like lyrics and final say in the songs?
That's
and
everything.
production? Everything.
Like, yeah, everything.
Are you the loudest in the studio when it comes to, I don't like this, I hate this?
Well, there's only 2 of us, and we are both pretty stubborn when we like or don't like something. It's pretty even.
And let's talk about the success of you as an artist, especially here in our great city of LA. When we first heard Royals and I first played it, this was a long time ago, and I was like, she's young, but this song is so good and so catchy, and as the song is playing, the song keeps giving me things that I want to hear in a song as it's progressing.
That's kind.
When you heard, wow, my song's getting huge in the States and huge in Los Angeles, a giant market, what were your thoughts on that?
It was definitely wild. Like I remember looking at kind of the places my Facebook page was reaching, and there was like, some in Brazil, some in this country, and then a lot in the States, and that's surprising because that's kind of the place that everyone wants the music to do well in. So I'm very fortunate in that happened to,
Are there artists out there that influence you, not necessarily musically, but in the path you're going to take with your music? Bringing back that word, being credibility, staying true to yourselves, keeping your own focus, being loud in the room. Are there artists out there that you like?
Definitely. Now I'm like, I don't know. I mean, people like David Bowie and Grace Jones, who, I feel like have a very sort of singular, blinkered vision. I appreciate that. Even people like Kanye, I think he's always kind of done his own thing, which is really admirable. And then I've always really admired Radiohead for being able to completely switch it up album to album, and, people still love it, and it's still incredible music. So.
And can we just talk a little bit about exactly where you're from? Because we've read interviews and you've talked a lot, and now that I have you here, so what city are you from in New Zealand? Where exactly?
I'm from Auckland, New Zealand, not to be confused with Oakland.
Okay, right. Auckland,
yeah.
And what does that city compare to in the States, if there is one?
Oh, nothing.
Nothing
okay. I have ever seen here, I don't think. It's very, I don't know, it's just a little bit quieter and kind of smaller, but the food is way better, I'm just saying.
All right.
Yeah.
And if you have talent, people are going to find you, whether you live in Omaha, Nebraska, or whether you're in LA, or whether you're coming from Auckland.
There's actually an Omaha in New Zealand as well.
Is there really?
Yeah, so there we go.
All right. That's a place I'll probably never go once in my life, Lorde.
Yeah.
But you never know. I just lost track of what we were talking about. What were we talking about? Oh, yeah. So when did you first know, okay, I want to be an artist?
Took me a while. I've been working with my label since I was 12 or 13, but it wasn't until I was like No. But it wasn't until I was like 14 or 15 that I started writing music I thought was kind of cool, and that I felt like, okay, I could tour this music. I could play this music every day. I could stand up for this music and fight for this music because I think it's really cool.
Most people that are 13 years old, all the way through even like an old dude like myself, I can barely walk.
I don't think you're that old.
I'm up there. I can barely walk and chew gum at the same time. I don't know what I'm doing later, but you've got this stringent schedule now. You have to be at this time for an interview with me on the radio. Then you got to be on stage here. How easy or difficult has this whole thing been for you?
It's definitely taken some adjustment, I think. Like if it was up to me, and it's like, I don't know, if I didn't have something I wanted to work for, I'd probably just be in New Zealand, like eating food and watching a TV show, like back to back. But you know, I really care about this thing, and I feel really good when I'm busy. So you know, you get used to it. It's good.
Are you done with school, high school? Have you taken all your classes? Is that finished?
I'm not like technically finished. I've kind of been taking some time off.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because you're kind of busy, right?
Tad busy, tiny bit.
And what's your favorite subject in school?
English.
English, okay.
Yeah.
I was terrible in that.
Oh, really?
A little bit.
What subject do you have to be good at to become a radio jockey?
Slacking.
Yes.
Underachieving.
What do you call it here? Playing hooky?
Playing hooky,
Yeah.
exactly. All right, so you're going to be playing tonight pretty soon. 4 Grammy nominations. It's just, wow, so impressive. I'm so excited for you. And as
Thank
I
you.
mentioned at the top of the interview here, you're doing that thing, a young artist bringing credibility, and your vision is cool, and I'm glad I got to speak to you here,
That's
Lorde.
so kind. I appreciate it.
Nice to meet you.
Thank you.
All right, that's Lorde. I'm Stryker. It's night number 2 of the KROQ Almost Acoustic Christmas.